we're gonna be covering in detail our next guest. AEye is the name of the company. Stock symbol LIDR. Matt Fisch, great guy. Spends a lot of time. In fact, he's got a great house or residence, I should say.
Of course he does.
It is back balcony looks right over Petco Park, center field. Such a cool. He never has to pay for a game. Yeah. He gets to sit there.
Still hasn't invited us though over to the house to watch a game anyhow.
Yeah, not yet. I've come close. I got to a coffee shop across from Petco, and I was able to find out where it was, but still no address.
Hi,
still
Matt.
no invitation.
Keep working on
Matt,
it.
how are you?
Oh my God, I'm so bummed that I'm not there today.
Yeah, I know. What the hell?
Missed that great San Diego weather, and related to your earlier topic.
Yeah, the Pods are in town, I think, next week. So maybe get you back in town.
All right.
Hey, great. So do us a favor for the folks that haven't seen you in a while, that need to catch up with what you guys do. Talk about what you do, but then let's talk about this earnings call, because you've had quite a lot of updates about commercial engagement and stuff like that. But let's give since we got some new affiliates and such, let's give them a review of what you guys are all about.
Great. Well, as the company name might suggest, we bring sight to machines or artificial intelligence. Imagine if your ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you use could see and interact with the physical world. We bridge that gap with advanced sensing technology that allows machines to see in 3 dimensions, totally unlocking that interaction we call physical AI. That's the machine interacting with the real world. That's what we do.
I think what's interesting is Chris, if you could back there, and Miles, bring up the website again, because the opening page of your website is so very interesting. It says, what could you do if you could see 1 kilometer away? And LiDAR is that thing that allows your cruise control to keep you away from the car in front of you. But that is the most probably elementary explanation of what this really is. Talk about that part of it, because that changes everything, including not just transportation. We're talking about everything from goods being sold across the country, airplanes, automobiles, trains, planes, trains, the whole thing.
Yeah, and so just one of the things that's very special about this type of sensor, called the LiDAR sensor, we see the world through television screens and cameras and our own eyes. LiDAR can see. It doesn't get blinded by the sun. It actually knows how big things are and can measure instantaneously. One of the big things that we talked about in our Q2 results about 2 weeks ago is just the amount of new market space that's developing in this area. We started our business focused on automobiles, as my background here would suggest, autonomous driving. One of the things we're seeing is defense topic, for example, is that they're unmanned aircraft now, and they fly very fast, and they need to see very far. And our sensor Apollo, like what you just alluded to, Sully, can give a fast-moving aircraft like that the ability to maneuver around very small objects like power lines. This is a big deal. Expensive planes, they fly low. And being able to see out a kilometer is very important to maintain that expensive and fast-moving machinery. Another thing we talked about in Q2 is we're now deploying Apollo sensors as part of a sports analytics program. Any World Cup fans out there, for example, being able to see in 3D and track a fast-moving ball and see how the players interact, give them coaching and feedback. We just announced a new partnership in this area where we're selling sensors into the sports analytics market. Every time we come back here, it seems we're talking about a new market segment, all because we can see beyond that human vision, if you will.
Matt Fisch is the CEO. AEye, LIDR is their
That's LiDAR.
LiDAR,
which
LIDR.
is a technology. I see what you did there.
Matt, who else are some new clients that are popping up? You open the door into the sports world, and my mind just starts spinning to the point of, are we actually going to have 3D games in our own rooms that are just like we're at the game itself? But what are some other new clients out there for you?
Yeah, I think I love the idea of that, by the way. Very cool. One of the hot topics, I would say the hottest topic, has been in the defense space.
Okay.
As we're aware, there's a lot of conflict going on in the world right now, and technology is driving changes in how warfare is conducted. Drones. I think you've probably read about it. Things that are happening in Ukraine, for example. one of the things that's great about LiDAR is that these drones, these very small drones, are invisible to today's technology, which is radar, for example. And LiDAR unlocks that and allows us to see these very small and fast-moving objects and defend against them. And it's one of the hottest topics that we're seeing right now in terms of growth.
Okay, so let's talk about this earnings call. Let's talk about the updates and expansion in the defense sector and a new collaboration, as you mentioned. But this, I want to talk this earnings call. When you have to do earnings calls, is this, because you know what's happening before or after, whether it's good or bad, it's not just about the outcome of positive and negative. It's about how it affects the people that you're potentially going to be doing business with. It's about the analyst coverage. It's about the banks and everything else. Give us an inside scoop on that. I don't think many people really realize, how ever-reaching earnings calls are. It's not just a binary sort of thing.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we're here to help our shareholders. They invest in us, and they believe in us as a company because they believe we can run, sustainable and growing business. And one of the things that's really a key part of that is helping anybody who's listening to that call, or the shareholders in general, understand our progress as a business. And we have to do that in such a way that, number one, we maintain confidentiality for the customers we're working with. But for example, one of the things that we talk about is the number of customers that we have in the pipeline. And it's exciting when I can get out there and talk about, hey, look, quarter on quarter, the revenue's increased for the last 4 quarters, or that the number of customers we have in our pipeline is growing. With a new technology, one of the key challenges is that revenue, if you will, lags because it takes time for customers to integrate it, test it, maybe meet regulatory requirements and whatnot. So we put a ton of effort into helping our shareholders and potential investors see how much this pipeline is growing, and let them know that, hey, look, revenue's coming. We're going to see in the back half of the year it's going to continue to grow, we anticipate. And just providing that sense of visibility so folks can get excited that, hey, look, LiDAR is really getting a big uptake in the market.
Well, I'll tell you, it's really great to see the green shoots happening with your company. I know you've been at the grindstone, and we've been talking to you for a little over a year. It's so good to have you kind of give yourself some really good field to play here in order to grow here for the next 18 months and to 5 years. So we're looking forward to covering you so much. Matt, thanks so much. You got to get yourself into San Diego next time you're on the air. I'm like thinking next week we're in a Padre game.
All right.
And we're actually at a Padre game.
All right.
I mean, we're looking at a Padre game.
Exactly. Matt Fisch, he's the one overlooking Petco Park with the big lens on his balcony. Matt Fisch, CEO, AEye company, ticker symbol LIDR.